At age 40, I've got 6 income streams. Some are reliable, some are inconsistent, and none of them are passive. Here's how much they are and exactly how much they bring in each month, and what I wish I knew before starting to build them all. The first one, and most obvious, is my salary. I am full-time employed. I have a remote working job as a platform engineering manager for a small tech startup. Now, I started my career in tech actually only in 2019, right at the very end. I changed careers after a relatively successful career in finance, where I'd worked my way up to senior management. I was working at a large charity at the time, decided to retrain, and basically walked away from a £50,000 a year job into a £30,000 junior DevOps role, and basically started to rebuild my career. Now that happened in 2019, and then over the years since then, I've kind of job hopped in order to build my salary back up, and then have progressed back into management over the past couple of years. So what started out as a DevOps career, I went from junior to mid to senior promoted to team lead or manager, and then took on a bit more responsibility in my current job to become a platform engineering manager, which is basically a collection of different roles. So I've got kind of data, I've got cloud engineers, and I've got DevOps engineers, and together they make up the platform engineering team. My salary basic is £120,000, and then I can also earn money for being on call, and that comes to around £6,500 per year. But we'll say, for the sake of this is £10,000 a month income plus an additional £500. So a total of £10,500 so far. My second income stream is a business that I run doing web design and hosting. Now, I started this back when I was training to basically get into tech. I thought I wanted to go down kind of the web design route, and so taught myself that and started to get clients on board. So then over the years, I've built up a client base where I kind of design their website for them relatively cheaply, just between £500 and £1,000 for a design, and then I host their websites for them. That leans into my system administrator's skill set that I got via DevOps, but also allows me to create a recurring revenue stream. So that recurring monthly revenue is around £500 per month, and then I tend to build maybe 2 or 3 websites per year. Now, it's not much, I don't really advertise it or anything like that. I just do it kind of friends of friends, word of mouth type of thing. And so any website can go between 500 and 1,000, like I said, depending on what they want, but hosting tends to be between kind of 20 and 30 pounds, also depending on what they want. And then my third income stream is a second business, which is around the social media side of things. And within that business, I have 4 different income streams. The first one is social media views. So most of my viewership is on TikTok, although I'm obviously trying to build out this YouTube platform now. But TikTok pays you per views in the same way that YouTube does with ad revenue. And the income there varies wildly depending on how many views you get. On a bad month, I'll get around £200, but on a really good month, I'll get somewhere near £1,000. So that ranges, that differs wildly. I've had a video do particularly well over the past couple of days. It's already on £350, so I'm hoping that July will be a very good month. The second income stream on the social media side of things is for brand deals. Now, if you've ever done this before, you will see that brands reach out all the time. I have to turn down lots of real naff or AI driven things all the time. But when I do a brand deal, it's for a brand that I know and I trust, and those can range from zero, I don't do them very often, all the way up to the most I've ever had is £850, and that was for actually UGC content, which is probably coming out very shortly, which I did in June, and that is the most I've ever had. Most of the brand videos I've done been between £400 and £500. Another income stream on that side is digital products. So I run a finance channel on TikTok and Instagram, and then I've got like my tech career channel on TikTok alone. And between those 2 channels, I sell a number of digital products. I do budgeting spreadsheets, like a basic and a more advanced version on the finance one. I also offer like one-to-one kind of almost finance coaching to just talk people through their situations, help them budget and stuff. And then on the tech side of it, I do power hours to help them kind of get into tech, answer any questions, help them with like a personalized roadmap. And I also sell an ebook, which is like a 500-page or 300-page ebook on all of the skills I learned to get into DevOps, and that tends to bring in around £200 a month, but I've had up to kind of £1,200-1,300 on a really good month, especially when the ebook released and I was pushing that all the time. I do not make enough noise about the ebook at all. I can go months without mentioning it, and then all of a sudden I'll pick it up and start again, and it will start to generate sales all over again. Now, the final income stream in that business is affiliate marketing. Now, it is the most inconsistent though And so it's really, really dangerous, because I thought I was ready to go full time at one point over Christmas, and I thought I could 100% do this. And after that, it's completely fallen off. Now, that is essentially putting links in your bio or getting promotional codes and pushing them out. And every time you get a sign up for a product or somebody buys something via your link, you get a bit of a kickback from the business that's selling it. So that could be an Amazon link. I've got links for Trading 212. I've got links for Monzo Bank. Anytime you click through and use those, I will get like a fee or a percentage of that at no cost to the person signing up. Now, the income for that ranges from around, I think, 1,000 on the low end to my best month in October or November. I got about £17,500 from that alone. It's crazy numbers, but it's so incredibly inconsistent, and that is part of the reason I'm trying to push YouTube now, trying to get out 2 videos every single week so that I can build up a more consistent following. So if you've ever spent any time creating on TikTok, you'll know that your follower count and your view count have zero correlation whatsoever. Your follower count is nothing but a vanity metric over there, and your content won't necessarily get pushed out to your followers. Instagram is slightly different in that you will almost guaranteed a portion, maybe around 10% of your followers will see your content at least as a bare minimum. And then YouTube, from what I understand, I'm still getting started, I've only got 600 subs. Those people, and I've obviously used YouTube a lot, so I know I will go to my subscriptions tab and watch specific content from the creators I want to see. That just doesn't happen on Instagram and TikTok in the same way. And so that is why I'm trying to build this out, so that I can get some more consistent views and hopefully some more consistent income as a result. I would love in 5 years time, 10 years time, whenever that is, to be able to do content creation, sharing my tech journey or my personal finance journey full time. I would love that. I would love nothing more than that. But the results are too inconsistent. And obviously you can see my salary from my job is quite considerable, and replacing that is not easy. Now, if I was on minimum wage before and I got all this started, or even if I was in that previous career where I was earning £50,000 a year, I'd have jumped ship, no problem whatsoever. But walking away from that 6-figure salary now that I've got a mortgage, I've got young children and stuff like that, it's just impossible. How many income streams do you have? When I got started, I went into TikTok in particular, and I had no plans to make any money whatsoever. So the one lesson I would take away from all of this is I will have started sooner. My oldest TikTok channel is around 2.5 years, maybe 3 years old now. I wish I picked up and installed TikTok during COVID when it all started to kick off. And I was going to start making content around personal finance then, particularly around spreadsheets. I was quite good on spreadsheets in my previous career. And I didn't do it, and that was a huge mistake on my part. So as with most things in life, whether it's saving, whether it's investing, whether it's putting money into your pension, I should have started sooner. And it is difficult. You get a lot of hate. I've had some videos go crazy viral, and some of the hate comments in there are unbelievable. You need to go into these sorts of things with a thick skin, but if you persevere and just block people, the minute they say anything particularly nasty, you just move on. You start to grow a thick skin. Let me know in the comments below how many income streams you have, or how many income streams you'd like to have, and if there's any particular income stream that you'd like to target. There are some things that I would like to do, like running a small business, like actually selling things. I thought about creating a 3D printing business, but that might be a little bit saturated now. I'd like to do stuff like having time to go to car boots and reselling. I think that's quite a bit of fun. And also flipping items on Facebook Marketplace to then eBay and vice versa. Or charity shop hauls, that sort of thing is quite fun. I also see a lot about being an Amazon seller and stuff like that. Loads of people seem to be making lots of money, or are they just fake gurus? I'm not sure, but it seems like a fun thing to want to try. So if I am given the freedom later on in life, then maybe I will try a few things out. If there's anything in particular you'd like to hear more about for my list, or any of the other things I've mentioned, do let me know in the comments below, and I'll do a specific video on it if I can. Thanks for watching, and if you like this sort of content, you want to hear more about my financial journey or how you can make more money, don't forget to like and subscribe.